Chris will play the anthem for us.
I had no idea what I was going to sing this morning. The day before yesterday, I had no idea I would be here this morning. But so this song came to mind when I came to the sanctuary this morning. It's one I wrote around 1977 when I first moved down to Hampton Roads from New York City. And it's an allegory. It's one of the first songs I played when I came here to the fellowship in 1981, I believe it was. And Paul Solomon, the founder of the church here, he said, "Well, Chris, you've written a Kabbalistic song." And I went, "Oh, who to what?" That was before I had some really interesting journeys with Kabbalah there after within the next year. But it's a song called "The Gardener and the Queen," and I haven't sung it here in quite a while, so I'm trusting that my memory bank is not overdrawn. I'm very excited to see what happens here. This was all foreseen, said the gardener to the queen. Walk with me and you'll see what I mean. I don't understand what has happened to my land. Ask the queen, where's the garden we planted? She cried to see all the roses turned brown. The orchard trees were bare, all the flowers lay down. I can't believe such a thing could be so. The queen ordered the gardener, make it all grow. Understand what's all at your command. I'm your gardener and all is as we planned. Where we planted seeds grew some very deadly weeds, known as hatred, fearing, and greed. The queen cried, destroy these tempestuous enemies. How dare they block the sun to hold all in a freeze? Beware, warned the gardener, the weeds have now spread. Your orders to destroy, keep your enemy fed. Seeing this was true, broke her royal heart in two. And she grieved more than she ever knew. But with every single tear, the love inside her became clear, shining light through on hate, greed, and fear. Till slowly but surely the scene began to change. The weeds choking the garden, they seemed to rearrange. They joined with the garden in blooming with life. The queen fell for the gardener, and he took her for his wife. Oh, Wow. I should be used to flashbacks by now. Okay. I've known Sally Perry for a long, long time. In fact, there's two people sitting behind her, along with me, that she used to cut our hair in the earlier days and revealed the roots of some of our challenges at that time. And Sally is a dear sister to me, and we kind of tend to cross paths every half a decade or so, and she's out there doing a lot of amazing things. I've got her bio here I'm going to share with you, and some of these I was not aware of myself, but I think you'll find it quite interesting. Sally Perry, Reverend Sally Perry, is also known as Swami Satchidanandaji. Was that close? All right. She is a spiritual healer of Cherokee lineage and is part Cherokee medicine woman who calls herself Spirit Medicine. She is the teacher and author of Chronicles of a Healer, She Who Dances. Sally has apprenticed with such people as the Native American shaman Beautiful Painted Arrow, and also traveled and worked with Alex Orbido, the internationally known Philippine healer, made famous in the writings of Shirley MacLaine, who has also visited the fellowship here a couple of decades back, wasn't it? Yeah. Sally was initiated by Swami by Yug Purusha Swami Paramanandanji and participated as official observer at the 2000 World Peace Summit at the UN. She received the Outstanding Businesswoman of the Year award, ministered as a Unity Church teacher, and was ordained at the Fellowship of the Inner Light by Paul Solomon in 1992. These experiences helped Reverend Sally to have a radical shift in her priorities, and these experiences altered her life forever. These experiences helped her to know the supernatural as natural and the extraordinary as ordinary. Reverend Sally conducts workshops, personal healing sessions, and group vision quests in the mountains and deserts across the country to help those who are ready to discover the vision they came to Earth to live. Each of us has come here to become one with the Great Spirit, to live in the realm of spirit, and yet remain connected and balanced within the realm of earth. There is so much more that I could tell you about Reverend Sally. How did she know I could do that? But let us invite her now to speak to us and share from this vast wealth of experiences. Will you please welcome Reverend Sally Perry?
So if we can just do one Om to bring us together. And I want to dedicate this time to Reverend Paul Solomon in the spirit world above the heart of God, and to Sharon Solomon in Japan on the physical plane, and to all of you that have showed up. So, deep breath. So today I want to speak on love, knowledge, and wisdom, and the difference. In my January Facebook, I headed the beginning from Proverbs 2. For wisdom will come into your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. So it's like I went working in the beauty business to help people be beautiful outside. And as I progressed and became more beautiful inside, I came into the Native American tradition. When the light hit me in the heart, knocking me out of the ceremonies, I was told I had to live in India to integrate the heart light I was given, that there was no teacher or land in America that could help me to integrate. So in 95, coming out of Babaji's cave in India, I was led down into a town called Haridwar, thinking that my friend with me was looking for her guru, dying, thinking there would be only 1 or 2 ashrams. There was 200. I stayed up all night, so I was a little perplexed with her. So we ended up at a sadhu's ashram. I had no idea what a sadhu was. 4 days of screaming and crying in memory of 16 million years ago, bought an invitation to return there to live. So I did with Mary DiMartino, that spent all the time, and Lee Caraher here, that spent half the time with me. Lee was 26, 27. Mary was 36, 37, and I was 56, going on 57. March the 7th, I became 77. So I know a lot from many planets of learning and many, many, many lifetimes. So what I'd like for you to do is to visualize reaching out with your hands, come on, and pull that cosmic light of love down into you. Pull it, it's right there. Pull it in, pull it down into your heart, because in the very beginning, all there was formless consciousness. And in that formless consciousness was created a creator that brought forth the word. And that formless consciousness, which is love, lives within all of us in our heart center. But we forgot. We were a people of kindness when we came here. We named ourselves humankind and mankind, and then we forgot and started beating up on each other, feeling lack and unloved, unwanted, and separated for that divine energy that is everywhere. It's unlimited. It's in the microphone, in the walls, all over, up into all the planets. We're all connected. We're all connected. And at our level that we can wake up to, we can receive. And believe me, when Swami Paramananji, he's a Purush, which is a saint that's come down every 430,000 years to help the people. I could hardly believe, and still cannot, that God sent me there. But when he talks, it's so easy to understand that it's right here. It's just our acceptance. And the medicine wheel gave me the best, absolutely the best modality to teach from, because it's the unity within all of us. The East is the mental, the South is the emotion, the West is our physical, and the North is our spiritual. No matter what happens in your West, your physical, to get there, it's got to have been mental and emotional. When we die, we take our mental and emotional bodies and our heart center. And that's what we bring back to work through our lessons that keep reoccurring and reoccurring. I've experienced back to 16 million years ago. It's endless. It's formless. It's whatever we as co-creators choose to create with God. Overwhelming, expanding, never-ending love. That is the perfect description of the formless consciousness. So we, living in duality, the earth plane, chooses to work through our karma with projecting and making ourselves a victim, that she did this to me, he did that to me. And the minute you do that, you separate yourself from the God consciousness in you. I don't care how many lifetimes you worked. I don't care how high you are. I don't care how much money you've made. I don't care how big a mansion you live in and how great a car you drive in. When you do that, you automatically separate yourself from the God within you. That is unconditional love. For God so loved the world, he gave his only Son. The ultimate of unconditional love. And if you can pick one person that's close to you to love unconditionally and use your forgiveness, forgiving them, forgiving yourself, that's the key that unlocks the heart. That's the key where you can find that unlimited supply of divine love that lives within you. I thank you all for being here and for the love, because you all have it in you. The blessed divine love with every breath in and every breath out. The Holy Spirit dancing in your body, saying, wake up, wake up, wake up. I love you. Please love you. Please love you. And now I'll speak a little about knowledge. Knowledge is important, but in the earth, sometimes we've made it a little too important. Knowledge comes from books and colleges and schools and teachers and mothers and fathers and friends. Everybody's got a little knowledge to impart. Always listen, because if you're in a group or even with a friend, you're honoring them by listening. And who knows, it may help you. In Native American, the first thing we teach is when a teacher is with you, listen. When a teacher is walking with you, listen. When a teacher is eating, listen. And so in our society, it's been reversed because we're not taught orally, so we have to practice. And by praying, we're asking. By meditation, we're listening. So knowledge gives us great understanding, and I would not be blessed to be here today with the knowledge that I've experienced if I had not had wonderful teachers and dreadful experiences. Because all of it, from being stuck in traffic to your children screaming and hollering, and your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband and wife also in their childlike temper tantrums, because I don't believe people fight. I think the children fight, and the children are fighting in the adults because they need healing. So clears the mind. Everybody. And again. So you have digested what I had to say about love and knowledge. And I come to experience. And experience brings the wisdom. Knowledge gives you just that, knowledge. But you have to experience the knowledge and the teachings to get the wisdom from it. It's like a doctor, he can study his medical. A minister can study their medical. Their Bible. But until they experience ministering on a broken shoulder or a heart replacement or with a family with having lost their father or mother or husband or child, they haven't had the experience of the knowledge. So they don't have the wisdom of it. And that's the difference in your teachers. Wisdom is someone that's experienced in what they're teaching. But we have to have, or at least be on the divine trail of the love in the heart, to take the knowledge, bring it into experience, and then minister to those that come to us for help. And in the beginning, the ego wants to go do it. We want to create those people. I remember when I was in the beauty business here going, and I'm in 2 or 3 groups doing hands-on healing, and I'm saying, I want to do some serious work. I'm tired of working on headaches. I want to do cancer. And I go down to a jewelry store to look at a stone, and the woman behind it says, Sally, I hear you're a healer. I have a friend coming from out of town. She's got cancer. Would you come over and work on her? Yeah. Well, I went home and got sick as a dog. Couldn't work on her. Scared me to death. So I didn't tell God anymore what I wanted. I just let God tell me what I should do. So that was my experience. And then I had another one. I had a woman that her husband was a Navy SEAL. And she had went away and come back and had a lot of respect and love between us. And I'm a visionary too, but this was my earlier years of learning about what I should speak and not speak. And I saw darkness in her lungs. So I took her in the office and I told her what I saw and asked her to lay hands on her. And the next day I got 3 Bibles and a letter and a call. She quit the salon because I was of the devil, evidently, because her husband, a Navy SEAL, had tuberculosis and they had to be checked every 6 months for TB. So I scared her. And I was overwhelmed and saddened because I thought I was trying to help her. But see, I was still too much in that businesswoman healer. I didn't realize yet that I wasn't a healer at all, And so I started learning. That was my experience, to tap down my ego. Because in the higher knowledge, ego becomes the supreme ego. And when it does, it ministers to the fact that it's God working through you, Creator. You never say, I did it healing, or it's my healing. The Native American is always the hollow bone. You're just a hollow channel. Yeah. So I had some tough lessons. had a pretty big business at that time, and it created a lot of shame and guilt in me, you know. But I listened, and it turned out to be a good experience. So as you go along, you can always tell by the people that come to you where you are, if you need a reflection. If someone's yelling at you, listen, you know, maybe there's something there that you need to change. I always say, what is it in me that's created this? As when I first opened for healing, and I started after that situation getting guidance, I would always say, is this just for my knowledge, or do I need to act on it? Yeah. So God is action. But we have to make sure it's been our experience to know that we are connected, and to receive the divine love that we all have. And we're all waking up, even kicking and screaming and fighting. We're still waking up to a higher consciousness that is prevailing now, as I speak, on this planet. The divine feminine came in 1987. And as the male energy within us is rising, the female is descending to integrate and unite on the planet. The female within all of us holds energy. The male within us expresses it. So I would say, how much energy are you holding? And how much are you expressing? I find that myself included, the women now have to tap back our expressing our male energy. We came into the planet and we put on suits and we went in the business world, and I was part of it. But we took on a strong male side. And that's being toppled, so that it can be balanced. It's about balance. Bliss is just total peace. It's not laughing or crying. Bliss is balance. Just bliss. And in closing, I ask you to remember that all you need to do is reach up and pull it down. Or reach out and put it in your heart and fill your heart up. Fill your heart up. Fill your heart up. So that it awakens you. And when you're starting to speak, listen to your thought and see if it's wise, if it needs to be spoken, or if you just need to learn from it. And one day, you'll break into higher mind. And my mind is like the sky. I know nothing, but I have access to everything. And it used to be like 1,000 runaway horses. So if I could stop it with the help of the Almighty, anybody can tame their mind. Remember, we have control. We're in charge. We're in charge. Take back your power. If you've given it to someone, take back your power. And think of it as taking back your love, but not withdrawing your love. because the love that you take back is most likely to be conditional. And that's why you've withdrawn it. So take one person, and if you're upset at them or you don't like what they're doing, see how much of your love you're withdrawing. And don't withdraw it. That's unconditional love. If you're taking it back, there's a condition hooked to it. That's how you can tell. In all love and gratitude, may the light and love of the divine from the beginning of time, that formless consciousness that can manifest down to every cell of our body, be with all of you. And all those that have passed on, pray for them. You can help their soul growth. Just because they're gone doesn't mean their soul can't receive your prayers. Pray for them. Shanti, 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 Shanti. Thank you.
I'm opening up. It's an open tuning here. This is a song that I wrote. I think it was the first one I wrote when I first came to fellowship here. And it's one that you can sing on the chorus. The chorus is learning to be the love that we've been dreaming of. Learning to be the love that we've been dreaming of. Learning to be the love. Learning to be love. Now the time has come for changes. We've seen the tables turn round, and while the whole world we sort through all we've lost and found. After living through so many stories, all the humblings and the glories fill our soul, showing the way to be whole. Learning to be the love that we've been dreaming of. Learning to be the love that we've been dreaming of. Learning to be the love. Learning to be the love. We've all done our share of searching, someone to make us feel alright. But the love we need is in our person, the one we live with day and night. Yes, it all comes down to each of us, and it is in God we trust. Let's look within, 'cause that's where we must begin. Learning to be the love that we've been dreaming love. Oh, be the love you need to be, 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 the love. Learning to be the love that we've been dreaming of. Learning to be the love, learning to be the love. Be the love, be the love.
Thank you, Chris. Love you.